One grew up on the territory feel.
And what you gonna do?
The larger-than-life icons.
Oh, yeah! Woo! The best there is, the best there was!
And the foundation of the business.
The other came in during a new era.
Now, both worlds meet in one place. Breaking down Raw, SmackDown, premium live events, legends, hot takes, and everything in between.
Oh, it's true!
This is the 8301 Wrestling Podcast, the perfect address for wrestling talk.
Welcome back, everybody, to episode 2 of the 8301 Wrestling Podcast. I'm Marcus E. Brown.
And I am Christopher J. Long.
And this show, again, is called 8301 because of the years we started watching wrestling. I'm 1983. Christopher is 2001. So we've been fans for a long time. Now, if you've never been here before and it's your first time pulling up to our address, let me tell you what we talk about. We talk about the current product in WWE, Raw, SmackDown, PLEs, nothing scripted, and nothing is off limits. We talk about old school versus new school wrestling. Again, we're from two different generations, so we're going to be discussing the generational things. We talk about legends. We talk about the good and the bad and the terrible booking decisions, as well as we have a debate segment called the 8301 Court. So you pulled up to the perfect address for wrestling talk, the 8301 Wrestling Podcast. Let's get into it. So today what we're talking about is the Raw and SmackDown after WrestleMania. Something that used to be sacred.
Yep.
It used to be something you look forward to. You knew the crowd was going to be great. Mm-hmm. Beach balls was going to be flying all over the place. Yep. Like, it was going to be amazing. And then this year came. So let's talk about Raw. And we're going to start with, I will say this. This is the only thing from Raw and SmackDown that felt like right after WrestleMania. Obafemi pulling up to Raw.
Yes. So shout out to Oba.
Yes.
He is over. And
he's a man.
Yeah, he's a man. He's everything that he is. He's everything that he claims to be. It reminded me, and I don't know if this was intentional or something that was organic, but it reminded me of the opposite of what happened to Roman back when he beat The Undertaker. And he came out to, everybody was saying, like, F you Roman, like the crowd was hoarding him with boos. Mm-hmm. And then he said 3 words.
This is my yard.
Like, this is my yard now. Well, that's 4 words. This is my yard now. It's 4 words. Yeah, 4 words. So this was the complete opposite for Oba. Like, came out there, the crowd was going crazy, just chanting his name. Pretty much hijacked the show for a moment. Mm-hmm. And then, like, he said those 3 words, like, I'm the ruler. So, yeah, that's what that reminded me of. That crowd, see, that should have been, I wish that was the crowd that was at Mania.
Yes, because they was rocking that
They
place.
was rocking. Like, that crowd was rocking. I wish the energy was for Mania, but we didn't get that.
Now, what it was reminiscent for me with Oba, so Psycho Sid used to always say,
Because I am the master, and I am the ruler!
he was the master and the ruler of the world, right? And that was like his thing. And he would come out, he'd be dapping everybody up, and he like hit his chest and he'd dap you, hit his chest and he'd dap you. But championship, no championship, everybody loves Psycho Sid. I mean, he was a little scary in the beginning because the dude was 6'9", he was huge. But it's like Oba has that aura, belt, no belt. He walks in a room, he's the ruler, whereas Sid was the master and the ruler of the world. And I be hearing Oba, it sound like he be wanting to say that because he be like, I'm the ruler and I'm this and I'm that. I be waiting for it, but he's very reminiscent of Psycho Sid for me. And not Sid Justice, not Sid when he was in WCW, even though he's a 2-time champ over there, but like in WWE when he was Psycho Sid with the psycho music and he was destroying Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, everybody. Like, he was so dominant, but he was getting those same kind of reactions that Oba gets. When that music hits, you're into it. But at the same time, I love hearing everybody do the chant and screaming, chanting his name and like the walk. Like I've already seen football players doing the walk, and soccer players were doing it. It's already become a part of pop culture. So he's a new John Cena with the new move.
Yeah,
but it's he's humble, and I think I like that about Oba. You can see the humbleness on him, but he ain't nothing to play with.
Right.
So I don't. When he gets a championship, he gets it. I mean, he's the NXT champ. He was a North American champ. He's not like brand new to championships in WWE, but he doesn't need it right now.
Okay.
Right now is laying a foundation. I have been saying this, and I'm going to say it loud and proud. And if WWE steal my idea, I don't care. Just give me some credit. Oh, they can't now. Oh, they can't. But if they could have, they needed to do a faction with him, with Apollo Crews, and with Omos. They're all from Nigeria, right? Okay. You got 3 Nigerians together. You have them be a faction, and you can have Omos and Apollo be a tag team. Okay. And you got Oba by himself. Find you another. There's another African somewhere that can wrestle. He could be the one getting the Intercontinental Championship and like run the show. But let's go on. So yeah, but we'll get into that.
Shout out to Apollo.
Yes. But indies. And AEW loves signing WWE talent when they leave, so it's cool. But Obafemi is him. He is, as long as they keep the presentation where it is and don't be feeding them to nobody, he will stay on top. He can be, for lack of a better term, I hate the way this sounds, but like the Black Roman Reigns. He has that aura to me.
Okay.
Once he gets the match part down, like how it seems like Roman just eases through matches.
Yeah.
When Oba gets that down, because he's got everything else, the talking, his promo right after WrestleMania, great. When he on the post show, so he's got the talking, he's got the look, he's got the aura, he can wrestle. He's just got to get that when you kind of sitting in it,
okay,
and you're at the top of your game. But he'll get there. He's young.
Yeah.
Next match wasn't even a match, but the first match was Rhea Ripley and Io Sky defeating the Kabuki Warriors that are no more. I'm gonna say this. None of that made any sense. Mm-hmm. The storyline makes no sense because you got rid of one of the main people in the storyline.
I agree. I
don't even see the need to talk about this.
Yeah. I'm more so pissed that Kyrie's gone. Like
she can wrestle too. Like why?
And she's phenomenal and she's fine too.
How is Kyrie gone?
In the middle of a storyline, I hit the whole like Kyrie, like a little way Oscar says it. Like
yeah. But Nikita Lyons still has a job, everybody. I just want to point that out, which shows as long as you're thick, you don't need to have talent. Okay, moving on. Cody Rhodes.
Whoa, that's a shot. Okay, I mean,
Cody Rhodes.
If Nikita, hey, listen, hey, if she hears this, that was all Marcus. That wasn't me.
I don't have a reality show. She's not gonna come see me. It's fine. It's fine. Look, I'm not saying you have absolutely no talent. You're a beautiful woman. You've paid a lot of money to look the way you look. I've seen you do the taekwondo and the karate stuff, so obviously you're good there. But when it comes to what I love, when it comes to that squared circle, go somewhere. That's why you went from NXT and then you went all the way down to Evolve, where that's the people starting. So you started in the middle and they took you back to the first step, and now you just live there while everybody else surpasses you. While all these people get fired who put their whole life into this business where you started, kind of like The Miz. You started on reality TV, so I'm not knocking that. But The Miz lived and breathed it on the real world back then. Whereas you couldn't fall in love with them 2 dudes you was trying to fall in love with on whatever the name of that show was. I'm not promoting that. That didn't work out, so you went and did some more stuff to yourself, and now you're Nikita Lyons, and you blew out both knees. They keep giving you chances, and you everything you do in every match you have, you got to pop your butt. I don't care about that. Even when Mia Yim pops her spine, I don't care about that. Yeah. Like that does nothing for me. I want to see some talent.
Okay.
Right? I have 10 daughters. If I want my daughters to wrestle, they want to wrestle. I don't want them to say I want to be like Nikita Lyons. For what? So you could be a stripper in the ring? Like for what? Where's the talent? Be like a Rhea Ripley. Be like a Bianca Belair. You know what I'm saying? Be like even Jade Cargill. She's not the greatest in the ring, but she better than that.
Okay.
Don't get me started on Nikita Lyons.
Yeah,
bro.
I mean,
like
you already got started.
I could go
that
in.
Trigger, that
all. I can't stand these.
Trigger.
I don't like the little. Oh, she pretty. Let's keep her. For what? This is a wrestling show. Now I'm not saying let's get like the ugliest woman in the world up there, but I mean if she could go though, get her up there. Put a little makeup on her and let's see what happens. But Nikita Lyons, everything is about her butt. I don't care. I'm married to a black woman. She got one of them naturally. Like, I don't care. Moving on. Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, they had their bro fest.
Yeah. I would have loved to have seen CM Punk kick Cody in the nuts.
Why everybody got kicked? Cody must. He always got to get kicked in the nuts. Punch him
Or
in the
maybe
face.
Cody do something like Cody. Honestly, I didn't. I expected more from that segment. I thought something was gonna happen. Like,
I mean, they're friends. Remember, that's what CM Punk kept saying. Come on, guys, we're friends, and blah blah blah.
And I was hoping maybe CM Punk would just kick him in the nuts right there. That'd have been good.
First of all, that man just got his whole face busted open.
Yeah.
Like, give him a break.
Maybe that's why, and maybe that's why they didn't do it.
Maybe,
You know,
but I mean that maybe they're just starting a feud because he told them anyway, anywhere, anytime.
right?
So it could just be the start of something. But they're your friends. But so you and Randy.
Right.
So CM Punk need to just be, or he could turn heel on CM Punk.
Yeah. See.
Because technically they're both faces.
Yeah.
So nobody's ever really interested in the face on face.
Right. I did appreciate Cody Rhodes showing up because he could have been at the crib, getting, so
he got kicked
man,
dead in the face. But like you said earlier, man, there's much respect to him, much love to him. He, when you love this is what you do.
right.
And I can always respect somebody who does this for the love of it, not just for the paycheck. Moving on, Ethan Page, welcome to the big show, my friend. Javon Evans, Rusev, Penta. Do you feel like this is going somewhere, or is it just like a one-off type thing?
As far as, I like how they're trying to include Rusev because it seemed like they haven't been using him as much since he came back. So, it's still really because as far as physically from a standpoint, Rusev shouldn't be in that category because those are like high flyers and stuff. So it doesn't really make sense as far as from an aesthetic standpoint. But as long as Rusev can come off as dominating, can come off as still being a strong, like bad, like a real top guy or whatever, then that's cool. Because I know he's gonna probably lose, but in this scenario, but I don't know. I feel like I low key would love to see Rusev turn back face.
Well, he said Vince hated Rusev Day. That's what,
and that's another reason Vince is out of there. He's out of touch because
Oh,
he could have. Rusev Day should have been world champion.
I could agree.
That's another person. He got his own self over.
He did.
That was phenomenal.
That's
work.
a sin. You can't do that. They got to get you over.
Rusev Day was world. He should have had the world title on his waist.
He should have. It was very entertaining. And now,
look, you know what I'm saying? So you got to try to rebuild that up. I don't know how you do it because now it's a whole nother generation of fire talent. I don't know. Like I said, so I'm not as familiar with Ethan Page because I'm a casual
NXT.
With
He
NXT.
So he was NXT North American champion, and then he was in a tag team with Ricky Saints, and but now Ricky Saints is going to SmackDown, so they both got called up. But I'd say Ricky Saints is better than him, but Ethan is really good. He has a lot of talent. He'll match Rusev better than he'll match Javon, which you saw on Monday when they wrestled each other.
Yeah.
But who matches good with Javon? Like he's everywhere. But
I'm glad I'm sorry, not to cut you off.
No, you good.
I'm glad they had Rusev interfere in the match and not have Javon just straight up lose because I feel like he don't need to be losing because like I was on the assumption, like he finna lose against a new talent and came up, he finna take the pinfall. So I'm glad that didn't happen.
I didn't mind even if he lost because he was all wrapped up. So he wasn't himself yet. Like
Touché.
to get right back in the ring after the match you had a couple hours earlier where you was flying off everything. It's Jeff Hardy-esque.
Fair enough.
And I could appreciate it. But no, Ethan Page is really good, and I'm anxious to see what they do with him because when they first bring you up, it's sink or swim.
Yeah.
So let's see what he does. But he's got great mic skills.
Okay.
He's got the persona, so we'll see what he does. But his whole thing is it's all ego.
Okay.
That's who he is. So let's see what he does. Next was Liv Morgan versus Sol Ruka, which a lot of people don't know. She's African American. So welcome to the barbecue.
Yes.
Because I didn't know until that interview she did. Because you don't look like it, but
at all. But
that's all right. One drop rule. That's how we live.
Yeah.
So they had
her pops is black. I think her dad is black.
Yeah. She got immediately fine when I found that out.
Oh yeah, she's gorgeous.
No, but it was different when I found out she was black.
Just added extra.
Yeah, no offense to anyone who's not black. I just got a thing from my people. I don't know what to say. So Zarya interferes. Stephanie Victoria interferes at the end. But I will say, it was a good match. like it's hard to get excited for NXT people when you're wrestling somebody who had like a knockdown drag out match like 8 hours before that.
Yeah.
So you know Liv's not at 100%, but the Soul Snatcher is that move.
I love it, and I love, and then all the other moves she has a bag of tricks. She's like the female Javon.
Yeah,
she has a bag.
Put them together in a storyline, and let them have their little faction.
Yeah, that would be nice. She's phenomenal. She's exciting to watch. She has a great. I can't wait till she gets called up permanently. I don't know if that was a one-off.
I think this is permanent.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, because it's night of Wrestlemania, so these are all call-ups.
Okay.
But I will say what I don't, because she had another match at NXT.
Yeah.
Where she got thrown off the ledge and missed the table. But I will say the only thing I don't like about the Soul Snatcher is the setup for it. I can always tell when it's waiting. Coming. Yeah. Like you can always. It's just something about the way they position themselves.
Now I do like the way Liv did it because it wasn't as your typical setup. Like it was a setup, but it wasn't a setup. Like you have to go back and watch it. But I like the way Liv set up because it wasn't as obvious.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't as obvious. But I do agree with that because I think that's kind of like the criticism with that move. It's like, you obviously see the other person waiting for it how to do the, flip, whatever.
They're always waiting.
Right.
I'm so tired of the I saw, was that WrestleMania? Yeah, it was WrestleMania when Alexa Bliss was on the top rope. I'm like, why is she just standing?
She took her time. I mean, she took so slow to get up there. I'm like, girl, get up there.
And then when she got up there, she just stood there. I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And then she finally did the spot once you could see everybody was paying attention. It's like stuff like that. You gotta be on your toes and figure something else out because then you make it harder for us to argue for you.
Yeah, because we be debating about people. Oh, like it's not real. Like, yeah, we get it, but we try to defend the product.
Mm-hmm.
Doing stuff like that, it doesn't help us defend the product
at all. But next, Seth Rollins, the Braun Breaker incident. Street Profits return. Montez got a brand new body. It's like he took his wife's 6-pack and put it on.
Yeah.
And the Vision is back together. So what are we thinking about that segment?
So okay, I enjoyed seeing the Street Profits back on television because I'm trying to think last time they've been on TV.
I don't even think have they been on TV this year. I don't feel like they've been on TV this year.
Man, I can't remember. So shout out to them being back on TV. It still sucks because I feel like I enjoy them as a team, but I would love to see them as solo acts, especially. Because at first it was just like wanted to see Tez as a solo act, but no, like Dawkins, he done transformed himself too. Like, I figured both of them needs a chance because they both need a chance to see what they can do on their own. Like Tez, I feel like they've dropped the ball on Tez so much. He should have been world champ 3 times over because they had a chance to really do something with him during the pandemic, and it seemed like they were doing it, and then they just went away from it, which I do not understand because Montez has everything to be world champ. He has the look, he has the ring skills.
Jey Uso took his spot. That's how I see it because he took the hand gesture, but I'd say have them feud with each other. Have the Street Profits go against each other.
You think so?
Yep, because 1, they're going to take care of each other. 2, they have so much personal knowledge with each other, so the jabs will be deeper, right? And then the matches are going to be better because they know each other so well. So it's like I have to reinvent things because I know Dawkins knows what I'm going to do after I do this move. Like it adds a lot. Because they were, and then you see who's the better person because you got Dawkins fans, you got Montez. But now to me, Montez is money, and they're just letting it sit on the floor by not doing anything.
Sitting on the floor.
But I would love to see them feud with one another.
Okay,
just to see not like I've outgrown you or anything, but it's like, look, man, we've been doing this. We've only won the championships once. Like obviously together, we're not that good. What are we like separate?
Yeah.
But before we get separate, let's see who's the better one. Okay. And then you kind of build it from there. It don't have to be like about a woman or I hate you or something stupid like that. Like what they did with the New Day, which was stupid. Like instead, you
didn't like the New Day?
No,
I enjoyed. So I don't like what they did afterwards, but the moment
No, they disrespected.
I figured that was
my boy.
fire.
They disrespected my boy. I wasn't appreciating.
But it worked. It made sense. That was fire.
Now,
honestly, that heel turn was because I say it's amazing because it caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting that.
They was disrespectful. Bro. They wasn't wrong. They was disrespectful though.
But it worked,
and they didn't do anything with it because he can't wrestle.
Huh?
It was a waste.
But I think they did it with maybe still with the hopes of Big E coming back because he hadn't confirmed retirement yet. So I think when they did it, it was in hopes of Big E could still come back.
Well, to me, it was. I mean, they're still the New Day. They just say mean things. Yeah. But they still do the catchphrases. They dressing like it's a funeral they're still comic relief. It hasn't changed. And to me, they've gotten in better shape as heels.
Yeah.
Than they were as faces, but they don't wrestle really.
Yeah, I just don't like what they've done with them outside of that moment. It was just a moment, but they haven't done nothing with the New Day ever. Because that was a phenomenal.
They getting ready to bring them back. Because you got to think, if the Usos are back, New Day's coming back. Yeah. Because that is the tag team division. Whenever the tag team division starts falling down, them two teams come back together. Yeah. 4 or 5 matches, and it brings it all back up.
One big happy marriage. They're like a married. Yeah, they're like the modern Dudley and Hardys. Like they just make the world better when they're together. They just magic every time.
5-star matches.
5-star matches. Yeah.
Next we had the Finn Balor Dominic Mysterio package.
So I'm assuming it's gonna still. I mean, I guess I would expect the feud to continue. I really didn't know what was gonna happen after WrestleMania based off the way the match ended. I was like, okay, what more can you do with this feud? Because I expected Finn to move on to bigger things, like maybe like a world title situation, or just in the title hunt or something. But they still got him feuding with the Judgment Day. I don't know. Honestly, I don't care that much outside of
I don't either.
WrestleMania.
Yeah,
I figured they could have moved on.
Yeah, I don't. I'm out. I have nothing.
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu confronting Roman Reigns. Loved it. So when he first came out, I thought he was joining the bloodline, and I was hyped. I'm like, thank you. Jacob's with them. Maybe they can get Solo back. Now they just got a gang over 2 shows. It is what it is. But then when he was like, I don't want it, I need it, I got to get this money, I could get behind that. I'm broke, bro. And I know money come with that, so I want it. It ain't got nothing to do with you. I just want that money.
Yeah.
I could understand it. And it's Jacob, and he likes being solo. So no pun intended. But man, I would have loved to have him join the bloodline. I'd have loved it.
I agree. I mean, I would have liked both, but it seemed like Jacob he's too big for that role. To be in the bloodline, to be behind, I feel like his character, he didn't evolve. He's too big to be in that slot.
Okay.
To me, I feel like he needs to be solo. He needs to be like one of the top dogs. Him, like I could see if he was when Jacob, 2 years ago, and he was joining the blood. Cool, like it makes sense. But now I feel like that's kind of beneath him to be supportive of Roman.
Okay, yeah, because the "I love you" solo stuff, and
especially after coming off the feud with Drew, like he just beat Drew, so that doesn't make sense for him to like delegate himself to I'm gonna be behind Roman and support Roman. That really doesn't make sense.
Okay, I agree, but it still would have been it'd have been a nice visual.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Family should be together.
But then it's not fair at that point because then they're destroying everybody. Who can they even be against? You got
it's the NWO with Samoans.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like you would have to really. Now visually, that's phenomenal. But I would just think, well, I mean, you could build that because then you got. Yeah, honestly, if they did do that, then you can. That creates a whole dynamic of Drew coming back, linking with CM Punk, linking with Cody, linking with Seth, Seth and CM Punk together because of that's Survivor Series right there. Bring it all down on Samoans.
It would. We'll see what happens.
Visually, that would have been nice. Yeah,
but that was Raw, and then we move on to SmackDown. NXT was on Tuesday, but I know you casual, so we're not gonna get into that. But SmackDown opens with Tiffany Stratton, who has a different look, versus Julia. She beats Julia. She takes the U.S. Championship. I absolutely did not care. Actually, I wasn't even in the room for half the match because who cares? Like,
yeah, Tiffany has lost, and I don't know if it was because I know she was hurt too. I don't think it was. So she has lost the aura that she had like a year ago. Coming out, even like leading into her winning the title and then coming off the title with Charlotte last year. She's lost. I feel like she's lost a little bit of her. Well, she still has like support of her fans, whatever. But it's not like she was a big deal. I remember, like she had a buzz going on. I feel like she's lost that buzz a little bit to me.
And then with Julia, she was big when she was in Japan, and she can really wrestle. Of course, WWE put handcuffs on her, and you don't get to see that because in Japan it's more strong style. We don't do that over here. But they've hampered her so much. They put her with Kiana James, who's her mouthpiece because her English isn't great, but nobody cares about her either. So it was just when she got the title, who cares? When she comes out, it's dead. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Then Tiffany comes out after it's Tiffy time. People just want to see how naked she'll be when she walks out there. And then they do the match. Like, I remember when it started, then I left. I came back in right before she got the pin, and I'm like, okay, cool. Tiffany's champion again.
And see another thing, and then two parts, because even with the Kiana James, it seemed like she kind of, she's the mouthpiece, right? But it seemed like they was gonna do something with her when she was when she beat Charlotte.
But
they haven't done nothing with her since.
But I know her knees are bad. She got hurt in NXT.
Okay.
So maybe she's still rehabbing. She doesn't trust her knee yet. I don't know yet. I don't care.
Yeah. Another thing that they're not helping as far as with Tiffany. If they're trying to build back her aura, they're not helping because she was doing a post-show interview and they had the Bella Twins entrance music, go off mid-interview. So it's like, yeah,
it was a waste, and then it just got worse. Then it was Brie Bella and Paige, versus Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, which led to the new call-ups coming from NXT. I forgot their names already. Fatal Influence. Thank you.
Now, hey, like I say, I'm a casual with NXT, but whatever they was over with the crowd. They got Domino.
They got heat.
They got Dom Mysterio type heat. So whatever they got something going on now. I don't know if that whatever it was that they probably got one of the pops of the night. Like that crowd was hot for them. As far as
they were because of what. I don't know what to say to this. I didn't care when they first got there. Okay. I was just like, I know who they are. JC Jane is a remnant of Toxic Attraction. So back when Mandy Rose was there before she left and all of that. The other two members are gone from Toxic Attraction, and then from that, JC Jane started Fatal Influence. Cool. They come up there, they do their thing. It wasn't until she grabbed the mic and she was talking where I was like, they're gonna do something. Like, if you can get people to hate you where you can't even talk, like, perfect.
So I was like, wow, like whatever they got going on, it's working because this is heat. Like the crowd was heckling, like it was, like I say, it was Dom heat. So
I think it was worse. I even think because I don't think it was just booing out of sheer not liking you. I even felt like some of that was go away heat.
You think so?
Yeah, because not like you said, not everybody watches NXT.
Okay.
Right? I absorb wrestling because I just absolutely love it. But some people just like WWE, and they don't even realize there's Evolve on Tubi, or you got NXT and stuff you can watch. So they don't know who these people are. It's just, oh God, there's new people.
But do you think if it was go away heat that they would have been that passionate?
I don't
know. You have to, because
they was messing with Rhea,
go away heat, like that means you gotta be like you have to care.
Yeah, but they went at Rhea. You trying to run your mouth. We don't care. Because, I mean, after they came out there and did the thing, they had the match with JC had the match with Rhea that ended in the DQ. So, let's see what happens next week.
Okay.
I'd say that. I'm interested to see where it goes. It's just back-to-back women matches. I don't know. You have to put something in between that.
Well, what you trying to say?
I'm saying the women's matches that you gave me were trash. Okay. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
if you put some women, like if you'd put a Stephanie match, Stephanie Record versus somebody, cool. And then back that up with Rhea, cool. But once I hear one of the Bella Twins music, I'm out anyway. I'm immediately. I've never watched a Bella Twins match and been like, oh my God, that was amazing. Never in my life. Never. I've seen high school gym matches that were better than that. Nope, not at all. No, they're not good. They're not good at all. At all. Not even a little bit. So stop taking credit for a revolution you didn't start. The revolution was to get the hell away from you, because y'all, to me, they're divas. And I'm not even hating on AJ Lee and all the previous Divas champions, but Beth Phoenix and all. No, they were wrestlers too.
Yeah.
But to me, even Lay Cool, because Michelle McCool could wrestle her behind.
Oh yeah, she was nice.
Right. But the Bellas, I remember when they first got there and they were dressing the same and they were like little cha-cha dancers and it. Yeah. Moving on. Jacob Fatu beats Solo.
Yeah, I enjoyed the match. I enjoyed how, because usually, whenever I had the, because they had the backstage segment prior to, and then Jacob was telling the Usos, hey, don't help me out. I don't need your help. Mm-hmm. And usually when that happens, they end up helping anyway, or something happens. So it was nice how they didn't help, and then Jacob stood on his own. He took out everybody. So that helped just elevate him even more to be,
And I realized Jacob winning wasn't the end of the show. It's just I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like family shouldn't fight. That's just kind of where I'm at with it. I just want everybody to love each other in the bloodline. Like,
yeah,
stop fighting each other.
See, and it's hard. And like I say, and for me, it's easier for me to, of course, separate kayfabe from real life. But I think that's part of a critique with WWE making everything with like unveiling so much behind the curtains, and just with everything with all the interviews and stuff, and podcasts, because literally, even with the possible feud with Roman and Jacob was just on a podcast
giving him love,
Raw, like loving Roman, like shouting him out, like, hey, because Roman gave him a pep talk
before he went out
to say,
Didn't you see him hugging Jey Uso crying?
Yeah.
So it's hard to take it seriously.
It's hard to take the storyline seriously when in real life, like he so.
Yeah, kayfabe being dead has killed a lot of the nostalgia. And like even Unreal. Like I watch it, but to me, it's like it's killing everything.
Yeah,
like
I enjoy Unreal because I can appreciate. I gain more an appreciation for the crew, like the producers, the people that put together, like people that have a heavy hand in the match that don't get really much credit, shining more of a light on other people that like it's really like a team. Like it's not just two wrestlers going out there and talking throughout the match. No, it's like a big like crew. It's like a set. It's like a film set. Mm-hmm. It's like you got all these moving pieces to help put together this match.
I agree.
So it's cool to be able to see that. But on the flip side, it kind of dampers the kayfabe, the storyline aspect of it when in real life
that they love
each other very much.
And I think that's why my mind be like, man, why can't y'all just be a team? Because I know you want to be. Because even when he was doing Jacob doing his promo, and I'm all gas, no breaks with it and all that, and you see the Usos back there just smiling, like I'm so proud of him. Like
yeah.
No, I thought we got problems,
right?
So I don't know, maybe separate them. I don't know. Moving on, Trick Williams, Lil Yachty, they get jumped by Sami Zayn. Now let me just say this about Lil Yachty because I know a lot of people got a lot of problems with him.
I got a problem with him.
I hated it at first. But the brother's still there. Wrestlemania is over. So he obviously
and he pointed
loves
that
it.
out too.
Yeah, he loves it. If you're gonna be here long term, I mean, put some bass in your voice because that drives me crazy when he talks. But what's wrong with having a little hype man?
I don't like him hyping the entrance. He don't need to talk during the entrance. He shouldn't have a mic.
Well, Booker T used to do that in NXT. That's where he gets that from.
But see, that's on a commentary. I don't want him having a live mic
where everybody can hear it.
Where everybody can hear it, and then I feel like that messes up. Like the crowd don't need you to say what. Like I don't like it. I don't know. But I guess that's a trigger. I don't know why. I just don't like it.
The what chants are
like I don't like him having a mic during the entrance. Like he doesn't. Now I do. Like I say, I guess I'm kind of growing a little bit. I guess I started kind of growing. Like I said, okay, so like outside of the entrance stuff that I don't like. I did like the bump he took. I think it was the SmackDown before Mania when he took the he took the Kaluva kick, or maybe that was a few weeks prior. He took
He been taking a lot of bumps.
Yeah, he took one from Sammy, and I like the way he sold it because Sammy didn't connect at all. I mean, it was clearly, didn't hit him. So, but I like the way he sold it.
Because I think with Vince being gone and TKO loving the stars, you're getting stars who actually love WWE, being able to be a part of it, and it shows. Because to me, like Tyrese Halliburton loves this, So you see it, and they're getting to do something they want to do since they was kids. So Lil Yachty, I don't know none of the music, so I don't care. But it's like he looks like he cares about this.
Okay.
So if you're gonna be here and you week in and week out, I'm gonna see you. I can ignore the fact that you a rapper and really just immerse myself in you being Trick Williams hype man.
Okay.
But if he disappears after this and I don't see him for to the next PLE, nah, you gotta go.
Yeah. Okay. Well, with that segment, I enjoyed. It depends on where they're going with it, but I kind of like where it seems like they're going with Sammy. I like how they haven't just did the typical heel turn. It's like they're because the crowd has definitely turned on him, but it's like he's engaging. It's like he's listening to the crowd, but he's also still handshaking the audience as he's going up the ramp. I like it that. I like how he's still, because he's kind of doing it in a condescending way. He's still shaking hands with the crowd and stuff, going out the ramp, knowing he's getting booed. It's like he's embracing it, but he's still doing, because he's because he's pretty much confused on why they're booing him. So I like how he's tapping into the confusion of why am I getting booed? Why are you booing me? So I like the direction that they're headed with Sammy. Okay. If they continue to tap into that.
And him being a gingerbread man was like a nice little callback to how things used to be. So I enjoyed the segment. I thought it was good. Next we have R-Truth and Damian Priest versus the magnificent failing team, the MFTs. It feels like the MFTs went from one stale rivalry to the next.
Yeah. Because I don't know. The only thing that's interesting with the MFTs is what's the name? Tonga. Yeah. Mm-hmm. With the whole feud with him and Solo. That's the only thing that's interesting. That whole little, because you're kind of waiting on him to turn on Solo. You're just waiting on it. Okay, when is it gonna happen? Outside of that, they jobbers at this point, and then losing to they supposed to be they're supposed to be the Bloodline Junior. They looking like juniors out there. With all the jobbing they've been doing, it's like they really don't know what to do with them.
And to me, it's the GOD, the Gorillas of Destiny, which is Tama and Tonga. Like in New Japan, they were huge, and now I see Tama starting to come out of it a little bit because he's the better of the two anyway. But it's just stale. It's just boring.
Yeah,
I like the face paint. They're bringing that from New Japan. That's how they used to wrestle. But let them bring their aura back to I hate when WWE does that. They're gonna go to Japan, they're gonna bring people over here, and then you kill everything like they did with Shinsuke. They kill everything about them that made them over there to try to make them American stars, not realizing we were watching them over there and loving them. Right. So when they got here, those of us who know who they are, we expect that, and then you try to build something else, and that's not them, and it doesn't. None of it's working for me. Like the MFTs are so boring.
Yeah,
and then Solo, although funny.
He is hilarious.
No, he need to not be the boss. Give Jacob the MFTs.
Yeah, it seemed like because he's so funny, you can't take him serious as a boss. Now, when he was the enforcer, it made sense. Yeah, he like a boss. Back when he was back before he became back before he got a mic and stuff, and back when he looked like he had aura.
Yeah, now
now. He still have aura, but it's a different aura. It's not I can't take him having a group or a serious group seriously.
But he says the same thing every week. Don't do this for the family. Don't mess it up. We need this. After he was just obsessing over Bray Wyatt's lantern that he can't obsess about anymore because they got rid of all of that.
Right.
So moving on. Danhausen versus The Miz. That's just a comedy match.
Yeah, comedy match. I love Danhausen.
Yeah, he's he's hilarious.
Yeah,
he was good in AEW, but he's far better at WWE.
And shout out to The Miz. He's a legend because he's able to take everything he do and then he just go with it and he make it good.
You know, I don't know why I always hear The Miz be like, "How much you paying me?" And if the money right,
yeah, the money right.
Because if that's really his house that they showed, he ain't got no problem doing this stuff.
No problems at all. He is living good, man. Shout out to The Miz.
Got a beautiful wife, beautiful children. Life's good. He on American Gladiators.
Yep.
Him and Rick Boogs, so they doing their thing. And then we're gonna end it with Cody Rhodes promo. Easy to find, hard to beat. If you're not gonna send your best TKO, what he's telling you is to just sit down, shut up, and count your money. Those were his words. I kind of agree with him.
Yeah.
If you're not interested in this, just make your money and shut up and put somebody in charge who cares about this.
Do you think that was a shoot or was that scripted?
I think it's a worked shoot.
Okay.
So I think it's got a little bit of both.
And if it's a work shoot, then it's still then it's like then it's like we still get screwed over because they know what the audience is really thinking because but they're not changing anything, so it's like you're getting screwed over still in the end because I don't know. It's like they playing with my emotions. If it's a work shoot,
but I mean it's only Cody who gets to do it, so that's why I feel like that's the work part.
Okay.
Because he's the face of the company, so I could talk bad about the bosses. He's like the baby face, white meat, Stone Cold.
Okay.
But he still has his real feelings. And it's like he hears us. They go on social media. They know that we're tired of this crap. So how do I stay on top as a baby face? I have to echo what the fans are saying, but in a way where, one, they know that I'm with them, but I don't lose my daggone job. But he even says, like, you fired me once before, and I started a whole, like, you have competition now because you fired me.
Yeah.
So fire me again, and we're going to get some more competition for you. So it I don't know. I'm a fan of Cody, but he needs to be a bad guy.
I agree.
But we'll see how it
But
goes.
then in order to do that, who's going to take that spot? Like who's going to replace
the top? I mean, right now it's Jacob. He's just not white meat, but he's a huge baby face.
Okay.
Because you got Roman is a tweener, but Jacob is definitely a baby face.
Okay.
So that's Raw and SmackDown. Those are our reviews for the Raw and SmackDown after WrestleMania. Hopefully you agree. And again, like I always say, if you didn't, that's fine. Start your own podcast. But before we go, of course, there's one more thing that happens annually right after WrestleMania. And that is the post-WrestleMania WWE releases.
Man.
People get future endeavored right after WrestleMania. So here's the list. So far, according to today, we have Nikki Cross, Zoe Stark, Joe Gacy, Bo Dallas, who's also Uncle Hattie, Andre Chase, Alba Fire, Eric Rowan, Dexter Loomis, Dante Chen, the Motor City Machine Guns, Aleister Black, Zelina Vega, Paulo Cruz, Santos Escobar, Kairi Sane, Luca I can't say this man's name, Crucifino, Tyson DuPont, Serena Linton, Trill London, Tyreek Igwe, Malik Blade, Tyra May Steele, and Chris Island. Whew, that's a lot of future endeavors right now. But of course, the most notable, Kairi Sane, who was in the middle of one of the biggest storylines they had, Aleister Black, Zelina Vega, makes no sense. Santos Escobar, who was huge in AAA. Motor City Machine Guns is a legendary tag team that they did nothing with. Nikki Cross, pretty much the entire Wyatt Six gone. Zoe Stark was hurt, so I understand. And Apollo Crews, I don't know how he lasted this long.
Me either.
I'm proud of him. Like you knew he know how to keep a job for a long time. So how do you feel about the releases? Because there's a lot of them.
Some of them I'm surprised about. Some of them I'm not so much. Like, I mean, the most non-surprising is the Apollo Crews. I expected him to get released years ago because they haven't done nothing with him since the pandemic, like literally. And I think that's part of he's like a thing about with WWE or even just with professional wrestling. You got to have a gimmick. You can't just be great in the ring. Well, you can be, but you got to have some type of aura or some type of deal with him. I feel like they didn't utilize him to the best of his abilities. I feel like with him, he needed, some people don't need a character or like a gimmick. I feel like he needed a gimmick to match on with his incredible athleticism. Like when they was teasing, like, during the pandemic when he was doing the whole Nigerian thing, I thought that was great.
I love that sort. See, tag team could have been in there with Oba.
Yeah. So I feel like that was great. They should have, so, but then of course when the pandemic, when the pandemic ended, they just went away from it. So, and he just kind of been, for lack of better words, like respectfully, like a Shelton Benjamin type. But Shelton Benjamin was used bigger, but he's more so on a lower scale of Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah, but Shelton also was put on a team.
Yeah.
So he needs a team. But yeah, the releases are hard. They happen every year. I was surprised with a couple of them, but
I was hard. The YS6 deal, I'm conflicted because, like I say, Bray, like I love Bray Wyatt, and I loved everything about Bray, and then I loved how
Bo's not Bray.
But I like the version of what I feel like WWE dropped the ball on that because they could have. Like, I enjoyed the debut.
Yes,
the debut was phenomenal, but after that, it was downhill from there.
Yep.
It fell off quick, and I can't charge that to the YC. I feel like it was the writing. I feel like they didn't know
what to do with him.
What to do.
And to me, from Unreal, they don't have a diverse writing staff. You've got these nerdy looking people writing for people from all walks of life. Like, to me, what do y'all know about that kind of character?
Yeah.
Just because you've written something, like, but what about you says, like, I would have like a horror guy. I'd have, a horror guy and a girl. I'd have somebody who's good on drama. Somebody who's good with thriller. Somebody like, this is what you write. So you keep people entertained, and it would be, I think, a much better product if they had better writers. But of course, we have to get into our first time ever doing this.
Order in the court.
Our 8301 court question, where you and I will debate a case from the IWC. So we're going to do, what we'll do, everybody who's listening, we're going to argue from two different sides. So whatever side Chris takes, I will take the other side. Whether I agree with it or not, I'm going to take the other side so we can agree from both sides and draw a conclusion. So our case today is, since the Hulk Hogan documentary came out, do we let go of the racist words and just appreciate Hogan for what he did for the business?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
And because there's no way you can ignore that. Like, it's too big of a deal that he did, and obviously that's what the world thinks too, because they haven't let it go. And the thing is, the reason why you can't let it go is because you never got a real It wasn't. He apologized. I mean, he apologized, but it didn't come off as genuine, or it's just like it wasn't good enough, and people didn't accept it. Like, honestly, okay, from a wrestling standpoint, to me, what he could have done that would have helped him publicly is, okay, his last appearance, right? He got booed out the arena.
Mm-hmm.
What they could have done for me as a writer, I would have, because like it's been memes and stuff. Okay, so prior to that, doing the whole racist thing, I mean, it was back in the 2K. I forget which 2K game they got, but it's always like a video that floats around with Hulk Hogan with Hulk getting beat up by all the black wrestlers. Like, they just tag teaming.
Mm-hmm.
They should have made that real life. Hulk Hogan should have came out, promoting his beard, all that, whatever. And every person on the black roster should have came out and gave him a finisher. And then Hogan just selling it, whatever. I feel like that's how you apologize. Or in terms of him, that would have been a good way to atone as far as him as the wrestler. Because like I say, the stuff he said, that was Terry saying that. But it leaked into it being Hulk Hogan because they started blending together. So like you didn't know which one was which. Okay. And like that's why people started booing him over the last few years. So
Okay. So let me just rebuttal a little bit before you keep going. So number one, you're saying the only way to atone is to let every black male of the roster.
Well, like that's a way. Well from an entertainment standpoint.
Okay, and that's fine. So my number one thing I'm going to say is there would be no WWE without Hulk Hogan.
That's true.
We wouldn't be watching anything right now. So that's number one. Number two, it's a word. Like it's a word that he didn't even say to us. He wasn't talking to us. Somebody recorded him talking to somebody else, but we're taking it like he called our phones. It called all of us that. That's two. Three, we celebrate wife beaters and murderers in WWE, but we won't celebrate a man who said a word we don't like. But we'll scream for Stone Cold Steve Austin who beat the brakes off his wife. So make it make sense. He said a word. It didn't hurt anybody.
It hurt a lot of people though.
No, your feelings. I bet you Stone Cold's wife's face hurts. So it's like, it's a word that we call each other constantly. I hear that word at least 5,000 times a day. But because Hulk Hogan said it in a derogatory way to someone on the phone, he didn't get on TV and say it. He was having a personal conversation that somebody else was recording.
But that showed his true feelings, his true thoughts.
But you can't say that when black talent who's worked with him since the 70s, all of them all said the same thing. He's never done anything negative to me. He's always treated me fair.
But outside in a private room to his home self, he could be his true self. Mm-hmm. That's what he chose to say.
And I don't care about that. I don't care if you can't stand black people. When you're in my face, are you respectful? Sure. Okay. So if you're respectful in my face, you don't hold me back from championships or titles, or we could have a beer.
Did he hold people back?
Everybody. White, black, you could be orange. He would hold you as long as it was keeping him from a title. But what I'm saying is, show me something racist that he's done other than what he did behind closed doors on his own cell phone.
I don't think the quantity of racism stuff matters. It's the fact that you did it.
But
and he was genuine about it. That was his true thoughts.
I believe everybody has a little racism in them. Everybody. We're black. Most black people don't like white folks.
That's more of a defensive. I don't think black people are grown genuine. Nah, to me that's not racism though. That's more of a like retaliation standpoint.
And racism really means that you feel one race is better than the other one. I don't think him dropping the N-word is saying, "Oh, I think white people are just so much better than everybody else."
I mean, he didn't just drop the N-word. He said some wild stuff.
I know what he said. Even when his son died, he said he hoped they don't get reincarnated as black folks. I remember. But what I'm saying to you is, they're words. What does that have to do with Hulk Hogan?
But
Terry may be trash.
Yeah.
But we could separate Chris Benoit, which is his real name, from him murdering his son and his wife. Because I hear people saying all the time, why did they just erase him like that? He did one thing. Like, we will make concessions for who we like, but we won't for who we won't. Yes, he shouldn't have dropped the N-word, but Mel Gibson said he hoped the daughter get raped by a pack of us.
Right.
He said, but then he made the Passion of Christ. Everybody let it go. Like,
I don't know if everybody let it go.
I mean, if that's how you feel, that's how you, like, I don't care. Unless you're in my face literally talking to me, I don't care. It's a word.
So the question was, he said, should Hulk Hogan be forgiven? Or
should Hogan be forgiven? And Hogan, not Terry, but Hogan be celebrated for what he's done to the business.
Yeah. So two things can be true. I think both can be happen. He can get celebrated, and he can get trolled.
Sure. I don't have a problem with that. I want wrestling fans to be on an even plane and understand there'd be no this without him.
Right. And I think two things can be true. Like I say, I celebrate, bro. Like I say, I respect what Hogan did, but he's also this too. He also ain't he ain't all that. But then again, my biasness kind of comes in because I just wasn't the hugest. I mean, Hulk Hogan was cool, but I wasn't like, oh, like a Hulkamaniac. That was never me.
I'm just saying,
I appreciated him, but
people cheer for Corey Graves, and he cheated on his wife. And now he with Carmella, and I just saw him popping his stuff the other day with Liv Morgan. But we celebrate cheaters. Randy Orton was cheating on his wife. We celebrate all these wife cheaters, wife
Randy
beaters.
cheating on his wife. Randy was cheating on his wife.
Yeah, before he got with who he with now, he's cheated on. That's why they weren't together anymore. So we celebrate wife beaters. We celebrate wife cheaters. We celebrate liars. We celebrate thieves. We celebrate murderers. But if a man drops the N-word, his whole legacy gone.
I mean, like his legs are not gone because pretty much otherwise, like, you know, like the Netflix documentary when it got made, and then, you know, WWE wouldn't be, you know, promoting it and stuff. So his legacy is there. You just got a stain on it.
Yeah, no, he was wrong, 100% wrong.
But it wasn't. But see, it wasn't even just that. It's like, you know, he's done other shady stuff.
No.
That people don't like because like he has a lot of contemporaries that don't like him. Like a lot of wrestlers that
Bret
don't
Hart
care
really
for
don't
him.
like him.
Yeah, so like it's not just the N-word. It's a compilation of a lot of stuff.
But that's what everybody lives in that N-world planet where, and to me, it's like, if I just heard you say it, you don't get to get attitude because somebody else said it.
Oh yeah. Well, for me, it's not just the N-word. It's more like of a compilation of things.
He was a flawed man, but Hulk Hogan was perfect. Terry was probably trash, but Hulk Hogan, I believe he should be celebrated. I mean, the statue was horrible, but he should be celebrated. He should be honored, and we should understand there would be no business without Stone Cold Steve Austin. There would be no business without John Cena. There would be no business without Hulk Hogan. There would be no business. Everybody, every generation has that linchpin guy that held it together. The new generation was Bret Hart. There's no Bret Hart, we'd have lost. So it's like every generation, the golden generation, Hulk Hogan. The new generation, Bret Hart. Attitude Era was Stone Cold. The Ruthless Aggression Era was John Cena. The PG era was still John Cena.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much every era was just John Cena until now. It's the bloodline. The bloodline's been holding together. It's just actually, the pandemic's just been Roman. Roman's been that guy. So there's always that linchpin guy that keeps WWE above board.
Yeah. Like I say, I think he should be, I mean, so all that's true, but I just think, and then I think it's a generational thing because you got to think Hulk Hogan. So like the people that's pushed back on Hogan is more so the new age. They didn't see Hogan growing up, so they're not gonna have that deep infatuation for him.
That nostalgia's not there.
Yeah. So he's easier disposable as opposed to it happening to John Cena or somebody like that. You know,
that's fair. So let us know what you guys think. You can email us at 8301podcast@gmail.com. If you're listening to this on YouTube, put it in the comments. If you find us on Facebook, go ahead and put it in our Facebook, how you feel. And just let us know, what do you think about the case today, if Hulk Hogan should still be honored for what he's done for the business. Not honoring Terry, but honoring Hulk Hogan. So that's been our show for today. We're going to see y'all next week. As always, I'm Marcus Brown.
And I am Christopher J. Long.
So this has been the 8301 Wrestling Podcast, a perfect address for wrestling talk. And we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.